Hey guys, let's get to it. I want to keep this as short as possible. Let's play the original video first. Okay, the first thing I want to address one point where people have said that the person is panning before the creature, before the creature is in view. So meaning that the person knew where the creature, and knew when the creature was going to come out of from behind the rock, suggesting that it's staged, which is actually not the case. If we check here, you'll see a dark area appearing. So if you can hear any knocking in the background, this is my wife cooking in the kitchen. Sorry about that. You will see something appear, and that is when the creature actually emerges from behind the rock. So and obviously when you look at a video on YouTube, you're not going to see what the person sees with his own eyes. It's going to be much clearer in real life. So when a video is uploaded to YouTube, then you're going to get this effect, really poor quality. So there's the black emerging now, just there. That is when the actual creature is in view, and he still hasn't moved the camera yet, he or she. There. So yeah, definitely did not move the camera, did not start panning until the creature was in view, well in view. There. And black and white. See the dark area appearing here. I'll just play that. Of course we can't see it clearly, but like I say, when you're there, you can see it a lot clearer with your own eyes. White on the shoulder. At one point there is what looks like a white object on the left shoulder of the creature. I really don't know what that is. I'm going to put it down to just sunlight, maybe a bald patch. If we look here, it also moves at one point, so it could be a hand there, a hand of a young one, potentially the young one which is on, which the adult is carrying. There's movement there. Okay, huge hand. The adult has a huge hand which covers the entire the baby, and the hand is actually almost bigger than the adult's head. There. It comes all the way to this point. When it reaches from the right hand, just there appearing in the left corner, and comes up, completely covers the back here, the back of the infant. There. It comes all the way around here. Okay, where are we? Right, frown and blink. Just as the creature emerges from upwards from behind the rock, we see... I'll just play this, it's probably easier. There. Blinking. And also, there's a frown. The order is wrong, it's blink and frown actually. Here's the frown, where is it? There. There. Just see the frown there on the adult. Before she brings him closer, I'm gonna say it's a he, I think, because I couldn't see any female breasts, so I'm gonna say it's a... I know it feels like a female, but I'm just gonna say he. Could be wrong. Alright, here's a close-up of the blink. There. And a funny thing also, this kind of looks like, I thought it was, at first I thought the baby was pulling on the cheek of the adult. Where is it? There. It's probably clearer this. Maybe here in the black and white. There, but actually, it's what it is just some issue with the quality kind of sticking to this white area. The pixels are kind of sticking, because you can also see it with this young one here. It's very strange, kind of weird thing going on there. A kiss. Okay, we know the famous think-a-thunker smooch. There. Lips closing together. That's definitely like a kind of a reassuring kiss from the parent. There. You can even see the lips moving forward. And the head kind of moving forward. By the way, you know, extremely difficult to pull off with CGI, which I don't believe this is CGI, but you know, I could be wrong. Possibly two babies, one here, because you can see an outline on the top of the head, and obviously the main kind of one there. And you can see as it kind of almost as if it squeezes them both together. But that's all I have on the two babies. That's all I can pick out. Balancing baby with up and down hand movement. So if this is a puppet or just a cuddly toy, then how come it's balancing its own head as the mother... Okay, now I'm saying mother. As the mother moves forward, naturally a baby would try to stabilize its own head, as if the baby is old enough, of course, which is what this one is doing here, staying in the same position. And there. And she moves down. Same again here. Oh, and the hand, of course. I was needed to explain about the hand. Possible hand of the young one there, holding on, lower down, and then reaching up to get more kind of a stable hold. All right. and possibly the hand moving back from the upward position and downwards, there and moving down as the mother steps down. There. Blinking baby. Blinking baby. Here. There. Just here. Looks like a blink. Eye opening and closing. Let's kind of scroll back and forth. And a close up. Possibly a nose and a mouth there. So this is like the half of the face with the sunlight is shining on the right side, I think. Yeah, I could be wrong, actually. Massive hairy forearm and fingers holding. The forearm of the adult, the left forearm, so the left shoulder is here. The upper arm is coming down. Elbow, left elbow is here, and the forearm and the hand, kind of the knuckles there, holding around the legs of the young one. Look at the fur. Look at the hair on the arm. That's insane. Huge. I'm sorry I haven't stabilized this particularly well. This part. Non-human profile. In my opinion, my not so professional opinion, this is non-human profile. We know that the mouth is moving. We know that the eyes are frowning, the forehead is frowning, and the eyes are blinking. So, and at the same time, we see the lower chin here, which is huge, and so I don't believe that this could possibly be a human with a mask. Compliant gait, frame per frame stabilization. Knees continuously bent, almost like a circular motion, as if riding a bike, which is what we hear about with these creatures. Effortless, smooth, flowing motion, extremely difficult for a human to do. I actually tried it. I haven't videoed myself. I know some of you would love to see that. I did try it, and it's very difficult to keep this motion with your knees bent. I'll play this. And black and white. It's possibly one here also. Watch. Just there. That's interesting. Don't know if you can see that. So there are possibly others in this footage. Huge foot there as well. Toes. Interesting, the size on the foot. The size on the foot coming from the ankle, the lower ankle area, the front of the foot is quite long. Padded buttocks. Baby turns head. Just before they go behind this tree, on the left here, we see possibly the baby turning from the left to right, looking towards the camera person. Now at this point it looks like it's a puppet, and this is a person with a suit, and it has the hand up into, and this is the hand controlling the head, but it's not. I will explain that in a second, but for now let's just look at the head turning. You just about see a face there, eyes, nose and mouth, which is, you know, it's no coincidence that there's eyes, nose and a mouth there, right in the exact place where it should be. Hand grasping, head stable. Side note, if this was CGI, why this subtle detail that is almost not visible right before the creature goes behind the tree? Okay, so same scene. The right hand, potential right hand of the young one, pulling on the arm and the hair of the adult. You know, if this is CGI, why do that when it's like the split second going into, and nobody's brought this up as far as I know, except myself. Right there, you can't even see that really when it's playing full speed, and this is zoomed in as well. That's original speed. That was. This is now just scrolling back and forth. I mean, it's clearly some movement there of the hand, something pulling on the left arm, and you know, it looks like fingers there as well. So yeah, others, possibly others. I've only selected 2. There are others, there are more which I think could possibly be, but here before the main one goes behind the rock, we see what looks like potentially one here, almost as if it's handing something to the one before it goes behind the rock. This is just an observation. Obviously, it's no way is this evidence. See there, it just like almost looks like a hand reaching up. Nose, brow ridge. It's probably nothing. But, so here at this point is another possible. Before we see the main one emerging from behind the rock, we see here in the foreground potentially one which is kind of blending in, which is what they do. If you ask me, they do blend. Something to do with the hair, possibly. But that's just my opinion. We have the top of the head, brow ridge, eyes, and another eye here, nose, cheek, and mouth. Just see the mouth there, kind of behind this grass. So that is possibly another Sasquatch. The head, and then the rest of the body would be down here. Reasons why this may not be Sasquatch. 1. CGI. I was convinced it was CGI. I was convinced, not anymore. So there are parts which really do look sketchy, and it's kind of a jerking action here as it goes behind this bush, and then it just looks weird in some places. And then also we have these 3 dots, not 3 dots, but like 4 or 5 or 6 dots, green dots. I mean, I don't know anything about CGI, but it's possible that could have been, I thought it could be something that they use to, you know, to mark where they are or something. I don't know, but it could also possibly be light shining through this foliage here, you know, holes in the foliage shining through and hitting the shoulder. That's also a possibility, and we can't really judge these small details. We can't really just say that it's CGI, given the quality, the low quality of this video, and also this part also I thought could be, you know, quite dodgy looking, because it kind of looks like they've missed out parts of the head, and you know, I do understand why people think that it could be CGI, but overall the quality is like this, you know. The leaves, the foliage in the foreground, everything the quality is really poor. So we can't really rely on this, you know, on the loss of detail here being CGI. I don't believe, if you know what I'm trying to say. The rock is in the background. So somebody said, some video, one of the videos of this, somebody said that, hey, look, he's walking through a rock. Well, actually the rock is in the background. It's clearly walking in front of the rock. I mean, look at the detail on that. If that is CGI, that's just insane. The way even the back end is done. So I'm not convinced the answer. I am convinced the answer is no. Reasons for this attached in video description. So please check out the video description. I will attach quite a few paragraphs which a friend of mine has done, who has worked in CGI before and still does, and has quite a bit of experience in CGI. I'll just let you read that. You can pause it if you want. I'm not going to read it because it just takes too long for me to read. And so basically what we're saying is, just one aspect of the reason is that it would be almost impossible to, all of this grass and everything would have to be selected, and I guess they would cut around the grass and basically separate it from the background, from the creature, using some kind of screen, I guess, you know. And not just this part, I mean, also you need to think the grass is blowing in the wind as well, and then you have, I mean, this has been I've stabilized this. So the unstabilized version is kind of jumping around all over the place, and then you have the parallax as well. It would, I think it would just be impossible to make in CGI. Is this a puppet? No, we see the fingers on the right hand of the adult, and we can see the elbow position of the left arm. It will not allow it. It would not be possible for this to be a puppet. We see this is quite a cool detail here. So this is the right hand of the adult coming from behind the infant here. So the kind of looks like the middle finger and the, you know, the two fingers there, kind of pushing on the back and the skin of the infant. Kind of see it folding there. At least on my screen, I can. Don't know what it will look like when it's uploaded to YouTube. And this is the elbow, the left elbow coming here. So it would be impossible for the arm to reach all the way up here, knowing that the right hand is here as well. So the right hand is not in there because it's here, because we can see the fingers moving, and the left hand is not in the so-called puppet because it would not be able to reach. Why have the trees been cut? Yeah, good question. In some areas we see the trees are cut. Somebody suggested that that's very strange. Yes, it is very strange, or seems very strange, but we can also see that here, you know, these are new cuts, clearly, or relatively new cuts, or new looking cuts. So it's something that has been done in the past. So it could be forestry work. And here we have, what's this? A protective layer from damage. That's just what I think that could be. it's either a protective layer that the forestry people have done to protect the tree from damage after cutting, or yeah, indeed it could be some paint that they've done, you know, to hide the fact that they've cut it. Okay, and we come here, and as I've already mentioned, we have old cuts. Don't know if you can see it on your screen, but and here also we have old cuts. So it's not just something that's been done recently. I don't believe. I mean, it has been done recently, but not only recently. So it's something that has been done also in the past. We see old cuts here also on this one, as you can see. So it could be that the forestry do this for whatever reason. My not so final conclusion could be forestry work for walkers. If it's a hoax, why would they go through the trouble of making an authentic looking suit but not bother with the surroundings? That's another point we have to think of. You know, why bother making this amazing suit with baby, also moving baby, and everything, and not, you know, and forget about making the surroundings natural. The odd looking head shape. Yeah, what can I say? It's an odd looking head shape. Same point again. Why would they bother making this amazing suit and forget about cutting the head right? I think this is just light myself. I think it's just my not so final conclusion. Exaggerated effect by sunlight and possible displacement by wind, because it is not visible in the shade. In most shaded areas you cannot see that. You cannot actually see this effect. So only in the strong sunlight it appears, which is only in the beginning where you see the strong sunlight, I think, if I remember. Head turn just like or similar to Patty, so what's the problem? You know, what's the problem? The head's turning. Actually here, the shoulder is turning slightly to the left. The body is turning slightly to the left. Somebody said, the head's turning too much. It's fake. Okay. But I don't see it turning any more than Patty does. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you believe Patty is real, which I do, then that is a good example. Okay, that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, let's get to it. I want to keep this as short as possible. But let's play the original video first. Okay, the first thing I want to address, one point where people have said that the person is panning before the creature, you know, before the creature is in view. So meaning that the person knew where the creature, and knew when the creature was going to emerging. Now, just there, that is when the actual creature is in view, and he still hasn't moved the camera yet, he or she. There. So yeah, definitely did not move the camera, did not start panning until the creature was in view, well in view. There. And black and white. See the dark area appearing here. I'll just play that. Of course we can't see it clearly, but like I say, when you're there you can see it a lot clearer with your own eyes. White on the shoulder. At one point there is a white, what looks like a white object on the left shoulder of the creature. I really don't know what that is. I'm going to put it down to just sunlight, you know, maybe a bald patch. If we look here, it also moves at one point, so it could be a hand there, a hand of a young one, potentially the young one which is on, which the adult is carrying. There's movement there. Okay, huge hand to come out of from behind the rock, suggesting that it's staged, which is actually not the case. If we check here, you'll see a dark area appearing. So if you can hear any knocking in the background, this is my wife cooking in the kitchen. Sorry about that. You will see something appear, and that is when the creature actually emerges from behind the rock. So, and obviously, when you look at a video on YouTube, you're not going to see what the person sees with his own eyes. It's going to be much clearer in real life. So when a video is uploaded to YouTube, then you're going to get this effect, really poor quality. So there's the black